Compared to our peer countries like the UK and Canada, we have the highest kid and teen firearm mortality rate. To put that into perspective, Canada, the second highest, has around 800 gun-related deaths for every 100,000 kids and teens, while the US has around 5,600 gun-related deaths for every 100,000. Hi, my name is Rico Marquez, and like many Americans, I'm familiar with the threat of gun violence in our country. In this in this speech, I want to talk about the gun violence here in America, and hopefully by the end of this, you'll know more about it too. I this specifically, I want to talk about how gun violence affects adults, teens, and children, organizations that are that try to defend against gun violence, and how gun violence has changed in the last 50 years. First, let's start up how gun violence affects adults, teens, and children. Um, According to Every Town, the website I used to get my information, around 3 million kids and teens witness gun violence every year. Gun violence can cause adults and kids to develop depression, PTSD, violent or aggressive gestures, and it may push them to engage in criminal activities. Gun violence can also cause them to stop eating, stop taking care of their health, and stop going outside. Additionally, gun violence can cause people to develop an addiction, whether it be alcoholism, drugs, or smoking. Moreover, gun violence can cause teens and children to struggle in school. For example, school-aged children who have witnessed gun violence have lower grades but more amount of absences, while teens have lower test scores and a lower chance of graduating. Now I want to talk about organizations that were created to defend against gun violence, like Sandy Hook Promise, which was created after Sandy Hook Elementary, where 26 people sadly passed away. Sandy Hook Promise was created to help educate young people and older people on how to defend against gun violence in their schools, homes, and communities. Next, I want to talk about Moms Demand Action, which was also created after Sandy Hook Elementary. It was created by Miss Shannon Watts, and it has grown so much that they have members in almost every single state. The Moms Demand Action has also created many different different campaigns, which include responsible gun storage and election and encouraging people to vote for candidates that have gun sense. The last organization I want to talk about is the Coalition to Stop Gun Violence, which was created, which is trying to free people from gun violence using research, strategic engagement, effective policy advocacy. It was created in 1973, and it has 47 different members, ranging from religious groups to social justice organizations. Finally, let's talk about how gun violence has changed in the last 50 years. 50 years ago, in 1973, there was exactly one mass shooting. In 2023, there are already a total of 5 mass shootings. There have also, in the 50 years since 1973, there have been a total of 182 shootings and 1,313 deaths due to those shootings. In 1973, the one mass shooting left 7 dead in the New Orleans hotel. The five shootings that happened during 2023 have been outside, in a dance studio, at a school, and twice in a retail shop, leaving 37 dead. Additionally, the Violence Project, the website I got my information from, has also stated that in the 50 years there have been 15 school shootings. To summarize my speech, gun violence has greatly affected families and children in ways that I hope none of us have to endure. Additionally, there are several organizations like the Sandy Hook Promise that are trying to defend people against gun violence. Finally, we talked about how gun violence has changed in the last 50 years. I'd like to close off this with a quote that I learned from Sandy Hook Promise, that every act of violence is preventable. Thank you.